when Dion asked you to come back and speak to the kids, to his team, the young men at Jackson State, did you prepare to like, okay, I'm gonna touch on this, this, and this, or you just went up there and let it flow from the heart?
Well, originally I just wanted tickets to the game. I think it was a homecoming game or something. And he's like, no, I want you to speak to my team. So in my mind, I was just like, okay, I don't know what about. I guess he said the game of life.
Right.
And I'm curious because I know that you asked him about it. Did he ever get into detail about what we discussed?
No.
And you've never seen the footage, right?
I saw some of the footage, but like I said, I don't like, because I was like, okay, one day I would like potentially for her to be on my podcast. Now, obviously, that was happened a couple of years ago, so I was going to let some time pass by before I asked for you to come on my show. So, but I didn't want to sway any of the questions that I could potentially ask. And hopefully I'm trying to ask questions because I've kind of seen, and my researcher and my producer CJ, I think does a great job of making sure that we try not to touch on a whole lot of things that you've already spoken about. So that's why I wanted to start back from the beginning. I wanted Brittany Nicole Renner. I'm taking it back.
Yeah, I mean, I think what I didn't like about speaking at Jackson State is because the way that it was marketed was that I was a cautionary tale.
Oh,
that's not what. If you were to play back the whole footage, what am I warning you guys about? Because if I was a gold digger, I would be easily the dumbest one. I'd be the least successful one. Like, I am not in a position to tell young men about gold diggers or what women do, or because the friends that I have, they're not in this business. They are call center nurses, work at a freaking enterprise. So when I didn't like that it made it seem like I'm coming in there and I'm telling you guys, hey, don't get got. That's not what happened.
Okay.
So
well, give us a brief synopsis. Okay, you get called and he said, guys, I'm bringing someone in front of you today to speak to you that's going to give you some life, going to give you some game. That's the way he likes you. Like, I'm going to give you game. And this person, although the package is nicely bundled in a nice, neat, presentable package, you need to hear the message that she's going to say. So you walk up there and everybody like,
that's exactly what it was.
she's like that. Boy, she's like that. You got that. So now you know what's going on. Hey, I mean, I can just imagine, hell, if I'm an 18, 19-year-old, someone like yourself walks in, I'm thinking the same thing these probably young men thinking. So now I've got to set lustful thoughts aside and hear what you have to say.
I think Deanna and I did a great job kind of spitballing, and he would, help set up the questions and different things he wanted me to answer. But what I shared was my experience and to not waste women's time because, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. So,
oh, really?
But don't try to correlate.
No. I'm not a woman. So you're asking me.
It's just the way, you know why you said it.
No, why? What you mean? Why? How? Why I said? How did I say it?
Okay. We're going to leave the undertone.
No, Brittany, no.
Because you're like, oh, really? So you're familiar.
No. I mean, I'm asking you.
So this is new information. Is that what warranted that response?
Brittany, you're asking me as a man to speak to a situation that I would know nothing about, considering that I'm not a woman. So I don't know what's going on. Because me, sure, things have happened, but I have to move it along. I don't get the luxury of being able to be scornful and to lash out or to retaliate. If someone says, don't call me again, I don't have the luxury of calling you again because that is harassment. Shannon Sharp called me harassment. I'm going to be in the paper. I'm going to lose my job. So you can understand that I'm speaking to things that I don't have the luxury of being able to do.
Yes, but you also, because I've listened to a few of your videos more recently leading up to this day, where you are very big about whatever your dating life is in private and that you don't want it to be public. It's just like you said, if you date in private, you can break up in private.
Yes.
So you
can say what you want.
Oh, let me finish my thought.
Okay.
the reality is that you know what I'm talking about. That's why you move the way that you move in dating, because you can't just be out here all willy-nilly and whatever you're doing, especially publicly, because if you do some publicly, you're gonna have to answer to it publicly.
Right.
But I'm saying in general, a lot of men with status, I mean, who are they supposed to date? They're gonna go after women who typically have less than them, and even women who may have greater than or equal to. Still, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned.
Well, Oprah's taken. Beyonce's taken.
You would date Oprah?
No, I'm just saying.
Canceled.
No, you talking? No, I'm saying when you talk about men of high value, and look, we're gonna talk about.
We gotta differentiate that, sweetie.
Okay, so let's just say men, $500,000, million on up. The pool of dating the equivalent is not the same. You know that.
Well, yeah, water's wet.
So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So when you say, oh, men to have, they're gonna date women less than, water's wet.
But that's what. Okay, so I'm going back to a lot of people, male or female,
Right.
don't have a lot to lose. So when there are these breakups, or if there was somebody who was maybe dating with ill intentions, when that stuff happens, it can get really messy.
Right.
That's
Right.
all. It can get messy, especially when you don't have that much going for yourself. Because you're like, oh, this person was my way out. So now I'm going to out them or post screenshots. Like, there's been so much stuff in the news that I've been seeing with basketball players and certain things. And you know what I'm talking about
Right.
without saying any names. But that type of stuff.
Right.